Did Marie Antoinette actually say, "Let them eat cake"? In short, no, she didn't. Well, at least there isn't any evidence of her saying it anyways. In 1765, the philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau wrote the first 6 books of his autobiographical confessions. The books were then published in 1782. In Book 6, Rousseau said, "At length I remembered the last resort of a great princess, who, when told that the peasants had no bread, replied, 'Let them eat brioches.'" A brioche is bread with a higher content of eggs and butter that gives it a light, rich taste. It was, and still is, considered a luxury food. But the quote turned into "let them eat cake" because it has a better ring to it. For context, when the book was written, Marie Antoinette was 9 years old, had never been to France, and the French Revolution would not happen for 24 more years. So why was the phrase attributed to her? In the late 1780s, things were not good in France. Famine was widespread. They had financially backed the revolution in America against their enemy Great Britain while things were not looking good at home. Decades of poor money management by French monarchs had taken a toll. Finances were severely strained and the country was on the brink of bankruptcy. To top it all off, they had an Austrian queen who was famous for her lavish lifestyle and parties. Austria had long been an enemy of France, but a marriage alliance between Marie Antoinette and the future King Louis XVI was made. Marie Antoinette became known for her opulent spending on expensive shoes, dresses, and jewelry. A pair of diamond bracelets that she bought was worth as much as a mansion in Paris. She even had her own personal chocolate chef on staff. When she was 21, the French queen confessed to an advisor that she was terrified of being bored and sought entertainment with masked balls, operas, and gambling. Her mother, Empress Maria Theresa, warned her that her lifestyle would lead to disaster. So it was natural that she became the face of all that was wrong with the monarchy and how out of touch they were with the common people. Marie Antoinette was dubbed Madame Deficit and blamed for the country's problems. Exaggerations and outright lies were printed about her by the anti-monarchists. However, the phrase "let them eat cake" was not attributed to Marie Antoinette until 1843, when the French writer Jean-Baptiste Alphonse Karr connected the quote to her in print. It's suspected that the great princess that Rousseau referenced could have actually been Maria Theresa, wife of Louis XIV, aka the Sun King, who lived about 100 years before Marie Antoinette. It is even more unlikely that Marie Antoinette said these words since she was known for her generosity to charity and great care for the plight of the peasants. Unfortunately, the quote "let them eat cake" is the first thing that comes to mind for many in connection to the doomed French queen.